people can't wear box braids. White people cannot lay their edges. White people cannot wear bonnets. Do some of you not understand that sitting here and telling someone they can't do something because of the color of their skin is racism?
Hey guys, my name is Modi and you're welcome to Modi Speaks. Today I'll be addressing the age-old dispute of whether it is allowed for white women to wear bonnets or not. Before we move on with this video, I just want to implore you to keep an open mind. Throw your prejudices out of the window, okay? Discard your biases, because in this video, I want you to analyze it with the correct part of your brain and not with your emotions. Because what I have noticed from my previous videos is that some of you, especially those of you that look like me, tend to get into your personal feelings and then start attacking me for my views. I know that your insults and condemnations will not make me to change my view, and it wouldn't make me to shy away from speaking my mind. But I'm passing this information in order to help us have a meaningful conversation that might improve the situation. And as for those who complain that their comments keep disappearing, that's because your comments are offensive or inappropriate. And for that, YouTube automatically deletes it. So get smart and share your views respectfully. Also, if you're not subscribed to this channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please subscribe to this channel to help the channel out, unless you want this platform to put a gag on me.
Can white girls wear bonnets?
Can white women wear bonnets, or is it actually cultural appropriation? First of all, it is very silly and ridiculous to even ask this question in the first place, because I don't believe that any group of people should be able to dictate what other groups of people can or cannot do. It is very unbelievable, but it is true that some group of people believe that other groups of people need their permission or approval to do some certain things, like wear bonnets. I saw several videos on TikTok made by people like me demanding that white people can only wear bonnets if and only if they buy it from a black woman. Some even suggested that white women shouldn't wear bonnets at all, because bonnets are only meant for black women, and because bonnets were invented by black people. We're gonna watch some of these videos, then we'll come back and talk about it.
All of the beautiful black women on this app have made me realize that we should all be sleeping with bonnets in our hair. If you're just sleeping on your cotton pillowcase, that's rubbing and creating so much friction and breaking off your hair. That was definitely happening to me. I have really thin, fine, curly hair, and that is just a recipe for disaster when it comes to cotton pillowcases. So I got a satin bonnet. It came with a scrunchie and a satin pillowcase from a black-owned small business on this app. I will tag them below. They're on TikTok Shop, that's where I got it, but it's not like eligible for commission, so I can't link it here, but I will just tag their account. I'm a crazy sleeper. At first it would kind of come off at night, but now I just wear it really low when I sleep like this. And it stays on, and I feel like it's really been helping my hair. I've only been using it for a couple of weeks, but so far I can tell that it's keeping my hair very soft when I sleep. Anything a black woman tells me to do, I will do, because we have so much to learn from them.
Show me a pandering, patronizing white savior, and I will show you this woman. I'm a good white woman who is an ally to black women. I took permission from them to wear this bonnet, and I even bought this bonnet from a black business. I would do anything a black woman tells me because they know better. Even if black women tell me to jump off a cliff, I would do that because they know everything and we have a lot to learn from them. Woman, you're a female, for crying out loud, and that means that you have hair. Bonnets are meant for anyone with hair. It doesn't matter if you're white or black or blue. If you're looking to maintain a good healthy hair that is free of tangles, breakages, frizziness and dryness, then bonnet is the way to go. You don't have to be a certain color to be able to wear bonnets. And the idea that you need permission to wear bonnets is just plain ridiculous. It is very clear that this woman presented her video in the most cautious manner so as to not aggravate some group of people. She was like, I took advice from black women to protect my hair with bonnets, and I even purchased my bonnets from a black business, and in fact I will help this black business by advertising their business on my platform. She filled all the criteria that some black people insist you must fill out if you're going to partake in their culture. She did it all just to appease some black people, but in the end she ended up ruffling some feathers. This person in her comment section after watching this video said, there is no reason for them to be wearing bonnets. We can never have nothing to ourselves. Okay, this one said black women started the trend. Okay, I mean, I agree with her. They do go bald quick from their hair thinning so fast because of their evil ancestors causing them, so why not try to save it? Just last week, Yao was saying Yao didn't even want Yao girls to sleep with bonnets, but now it's acceptable and for protection because a white girl wearing one. Yao just don't like black women clearly and wonder why as a whole we stay at square one. Just weird. Now all this ruckus is just for hair bonnet. Anyway, let's check out the next clip.
I'm in the airport, y'all, and I had wanted to ask you a question because I saw something was kind of confusing to me. For my white sisters, when y'all start wearing bonnets, I just saw a girl with a bonnet. Y'all wearing bonnets now, like us? Y'all check this out. So when y'all start wearing bonnets?
Can white girls wear bonnets? Bonnets are typically associated with certain cultural or historic contexts, such as certain religious or ethnic traditions. In the US, bonnets have been historically associated with black women. Wearing them as a fashion statement by someone who is not a part of those cultures could be seen as insensitive or offensive. Ultimately, whether or not a white girl can wear a bonnet depends on the context and cultural significance of the item. It's important to be respectful and considerate of cultural connotations of such items. Avoid appropriating and disrespecting other cultures. If you buy a bonnet, it better be from a black woman. Remember, everyone can benefit from a covered head. Friction is trying to take us all out.
Her background in this video says a lot about how hypocritical she is. She spoke about cultural appropriation while promoting wigs in her background. And she's telling women to never wear bonnet unless they purchased a bonnet from a black woman. First of all, I don't have an issue with black women wearing wigs or weaves. It is your hair, so go with the style that suits you best at any moment. But I strongly have a problem with black women or people who think it's okay to wear someone else's hair on their head, but it's not acceptable for white women to wear braids or bonnets. This is offensive to me because this is a double standard and the logic is unbelievable. If you believe that white women shouldn't wear bonnets, then you should also believe that black women shouldn't wear wigs. And if we continue with that view, where do we draw the line? Because you see, that is the problem with the so-called cultural appropriation. Most of what people classify as cultural appropriation today is in fact not cultural appropriation at all. Cultural appropriation will be taking something that has been established as unique to a different culture and portraying it as your own invention or your culture's invention when it isn't, or making mockery of it. Cultural appropriation will be Americans claiming they invented China ware even when they didn't. It will be black Americans claiming they are the actual Egyptians. It will be British people claiming that the Ayurvedic medicine was founded by them, or the Pakistani people claiming they invented cars. But it is totally different from Americans using China ware, or British people using Ayurvedic medicine for treatment, or Pakistani people driving cars. If you're going to follow the white women cannot wear bonnets rhetoric, then there is no limit to the gatekeeping. Because what it means is that black people cannot wear wigs and clothes that are not African prints. They cannot wear glasses or use the computer or ride cars, get treated in a hospital, use cell phones, eat food that is not invented by black people, speak English, French, Italian, or any language that is not indigenous to Africans, etc., etc. And the same rules applies to every other ethnicity too. Every race then gets to use only what is indigenous to their culture. Then let's see where all this leaves us. I know a lot of people are still going to criticize me and insult me in the comment section, but I want you to know this. If you think it's okay for you to share someone's culture, but they cannot partake in yours, then you are a bigot. Now that we have clarified that bonnets being worn by non-black people wouldn't be cultural appropriation, even if it belonged to black people, which it doesn't. Let's talk about the origin of bonnets. Bonnets were actually a European, particularly British and French cultural headgear. The Europeans had different types for different occasions and uses, for the sun, for sleeping, for partying, for windy days, etc., etc. Now, these are some historic photos of women in the Victorian and Edwardian era wearing bonnets to protect their hair. These are all bonnets. These too are bonnets. Although the actual origins of the bonnets are unclear, head wraps have been a traditional attire in most African countries for centuries. And bonnets also go way back in the early centuries when the European women wore them at night to keep their heads warm. So with these few points of mine, I hope I have been able to convince you and not to confuse you that white women have every right to wear bonnets. Anyway guys, these are my opinion. Feel free to share yours in the comment section below. If you're not subscribed to my channel, honestly, I don't know what you're waiting for. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. That way, you get notified each time I make a new upload. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope to catch you on my next upload. For now, peace.